We look at the key points and solve this question step by step. First, Charles had 40 marbles more than Victor. So we draw a part whole model that represents the number of marbles Victor had. Now Charles has 40 more than this. So this portion represents the extra 40 marbles Charles had. Now Victor gave 16 of his marbles to Charles. So we take 16 marbles from Victor and we give them to Charles. Now Charles has another extra of 16 marbles. Since this part represents 16 marbles, this portion in Charles also represents 16 marbles. After this transfer, we know that Charles has 5 times as many marbles as Victor. So if we take the number of marbles that Victor has now as 1 unit, the total number of marbles that Charles had will be 5 units. We know that this portion is equal to 1 unit because it is the same number of marbles that Victor has. So this remaining portion, which is 16 plus 40 plus 16, will be 4 units. You should know that this part whole model is not drawn to scale, but that doesn't matter. So now we can do our calculation. 4 units is 16 plus 40 plus 16, which is 72. So 1 unit would be 72 divided by 4, which gives us 18. Now, to find the number of marbles Charles had at first, we take 5 units minus 16. This is because now Charles has 5 units. But at first, he did not get the extra 16 marbles from Victor. So we have to subtract this 16 marbles from the 5 units. 5 units would be 5 times 18. 18 is the value of 1 unit. Then we subtract 16 to get 90 minus 16, which gives us 74. Now our answer is 74. But how do we check this? We know that at first Charles had 74 marbles from our working over here. So Victor would have had 74 minus 40, which is 34 marbles. We subtract 40 because we know that Charles had 40 marbles more than Victor at first. After the transfer, where Victor gave 16 marbles to Charles, we know that Victor would have 34 minus 16, which is 18 marbles. And Charles would have 74 plus 16, which is 90 marbles. We know that after the transfer, Charles has 5 times as many marbles as Victor. So we just check if 90 is equal to 5 times of 18. This is correct. So we know that our final answer is also correct. We get 74, which is option 3.